So while others are joining, any questions, guys, so far on whatever we have discussed? Any questions?
Suresh, is it possible to give us a, Python cheat sheet?
I have to prepare one, Madhuri. Right now, I don't have.
Oh, okay.
So
No, no worries, no worries.
yeah.
If you have it, okay.
I mean, the count of participants drastically reduced. It used to be 40, 50.
I guess they're using your recordings.
The problem
Couple
is
of days.
actually long
Yeah,
weekend actually. Yesterday was July 4th and today was
Hmm.
Friday, right?
Hmm.
yeah, that's
Mm.
true. I was in there yesterday because of July 4th.
Yeah,
Got
me
it.
too.
But your recordings are very helpful. So,
Maybe I should stop providing recordings.
oh no, Suresh, no, no, no. People like us, we need to refer. We
I'm just
need
kidding.
reinforcement. Yeah.
Now, the problem is, you know, live sessions are always better than recorded sessions because if the intention was go for recorded sessions, right, you have a lot of platforms like Coursera, Analytics Vidya. For Python, you have a lot of platforms. Udemy, in Udemy itself, you'll see hundreds of courses in Python. So there is always that, advantage of interaction where you can get some of your doubts clarified on the go, and then probably the more doubts whatever you get, you don't have to wait for longer period. In the very next session you can get them clarified. And not just that, we talk about a lot of experiences, how things work, how things doesn't work, right? So there is always that difference. And yep, that's okay. I respect the time of people who have joined. And also we don't have luxury of time, where I can push these sessions to on other week, because there are following courses. I mean, what you call the following courses which you'll have to take up after this Python. Okay, so we'll get started. I know few of you were not there in yesterday's session, but just to give you an overview of what we have discussed yesterday, we continued with lists, and then we spoke about a lot of functions in list. Started from using membership operators, and then we discussed about, you know, um, we discussed about aggregate functions, how you can do aggregate functions, how you can sort a list. And, I have introduced append operator. We talked about a comparison between append operator and then append function. Append operator is plus operator or concatenation operator. I should be calling it as concatenation operator. That's the proper name. And then we talked about we compared concatenation operator, append, and then extend functions. Then we talked about list comprehensions. Okay. So just a couple of concepts left in lists, guys. I'll be closing that today, and we'll move to my favorite topic in Python, dictionaries, dicts. Okay. So I enjoy teaching dicts, not just enjoy. I use dicts a lot in my day-to-day development activities as well. I mean, Python development activities in my project. Okay. But before we go there, we'll complete the remaining topics. Okay. So there is this comma separated string, okay, which have different values like name, Suresh, and then profession, trainer, and then age, 29, and then programming language, Python, location, Hyderabad. Of course, my age is not 29 though. I have updated this 4 5 years ago and I don't want to change it. Okay. And the courses offered is equals to, this is a string, Suresh underscore detail. Suresh underscore detail. Guys, can you please go on mute? Uh, yes, so Suresh underscore details dot split. So this is the function which I want to highlight here. Okay. So split function is a string function basically. It will split your string using a delimiter. This is what we call as delimiter. So basically, delimiter is something which separates values. Okay, if there are comma separated values, it's a comma. There can be other delimiters too, like semicolon or a space or a tab space. Okay, space is nothing but white space. The one click which you do using your space button, it's called as white space, and then tab space, right? And then pipe delimited, right? There could be a lot of delimiters, but here I'm taking this delimiter, and this would give us an array, guys. Sorry, a list. Okay, so that's the reason I have, brought up this concept here. So basically, this split function would return a list. Okay, let me show you the same. We'll take this and then do a split. Okay, and let me remove this just to show you what we get. There you go. You are getting a list with all these values separated as, words. Okay, and then maybe you want to access name, which is the first value, you would do 0. Okay, and then maybe you want to access profession, you do 1, you get trainer. Okay, and then you want to access age of 2, you would get age. Okay, so this is what I'm doing here. So I want to pick courses offered by this particular. So what I'm going to do is courses offered is in 4th position, which will be index 3. When I run this, I'll get Python. Okay, so there are a lot of advantages, guys, using this split function. I'm not sure, how many of you have some introduction to working with non-structured, unstructured data, or maybe, especially machine learning. So let me give you some introduction. Have you ever heard about something called as NLP? NLP.
Natural language processing.
Yes, NLP is natural language processing. Okay, for people who missed yesterday, this is your assignment, guys. Please go through the recording. It has the explanation of this assignment. Okay, and yeah, NLP is natural language processing. Any idea what exactly it does? Okay, I'll give you another word for NLP, text analytics. Can you interpret something out of it?
Kind of string operations, like text operations.
Not text operations exactly.
Natural language, I mean, general language, what we speak.
Like can predict based on human emotions or facial expressions, something like that.
That is different totally. Okay, I'll tell you. So basically based on a text, you do some kind of an analysis to interpret something. Okay, so there are multiple applications of NLP where you can use it. A couple of examples being text summarization, and the second one being sentiment analysis. Any idea what exactly a sentiment analysis is?
Yes, it defines the mood of the person based on what he gives. Like if it's better, it tells like good and all.
Yes. So basically sentiment can be positive or a negative, guys. Okay. So there is this famous use case as well, Twitter sentiment analysis. Okay. So basically you tweet or you read tweets using hashtags, right? So what people does is they pull all the tweets using those hashtags. Whenever you add a hashtag, you are actually talking on that topic and then see the people's sentiment, whether they're talking positive about it, negative about it. Okay. So um, especially in India these days, whenever a new movie is released, the first thing people will do in the morning to know how it's happening, they'll go pull data using the tweets. And for us, the first review will come from you, the people in US. Morning, we wake up at 7 o'clock for our when our favorite hero movie is releasing, and then the first thing we do is open Twitter and then see how the sentiment is. Okay, that's just an example, but it can be anything. It can be iPhone, it can be any other things. Okay, so you might ask me, boss, why this sentiment analysis is needed or sentiment analytics is needed. Okay. Forget about a movie, guys. Movie is just an example, but let's talk about a product. Okay. So this sentiment analytics would tell how the
Customer review.
people have received the product. Okay. So lot of design changes, lot of feature changes, lot of new enhancements would happen based on these sentiments. Okay. So first things first, whether the sentiment is positive or negative. If it is negative, they would also look for the reason why people are disappointed or why people are not liking that particular product. So for example, iPhone maybe 12 or 11, people are not really happy with battery life. Okay, so they made those changes in the consecutive releases. Okay, and then iPhone 15 or with iOS 17, people are not really happy with lack of AI features compared to Samsung Galaxy Ultra or Samsung Galaxy series, S series. Okay, now with iOS 18, they are releasing features close to what Android has to offer. Sorry, what Android is already offering. Okay, so this is a simple example to understand what sentiment analytics does, but most of the product companies are using it way beyond. Okay, this is just a background, guys. But coming back to our example, I'm gonna take one simple step which we do in sentiment analytics. Okay, so when we are analyzing these tweets or whatever it is, right? Generally, we look for keywords. Okay, keywords which indicates whether that sentiment is positive or negative. Okay, so when you are doing these kind of text analytics, there is a stopper called stop words. Okay, stop words can be your prepositions or the articles you use or the helping verbs. Okay, so in
The
the
and or and.
yes, so the very first step is cleaning all those words, and then we'll try to extract the important keywords, and then we do or we run our algorithms on top of those important keywords. Okay, so one such example I'm taking, say for example, there is a phrase. Okay, Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar is an Indian former international cricketer who captained the Indian national team. He's regarded as one of the greatest batsmen in the history of cricket. Okay, so this is something which I have copied first couple of lines in Wikipedia about Sachin. Okay, now if you see, there are a lot of unwanted words. We call them as stop words. This is, an, and then who, the, okay, and then in, of, right? So sometimes maybe few of these words are required to make the context and that will be dealt separately. But usually these words are considered as stop words. Okay. Now phrase list is equals to phrase dot split. Okay, I'm splitting it with space, right? And then I have created words list. Now I'm iterating through this phrase list, which is having all the words. If that word is present in any of these top words, I'm not doing anything. Else, I'm appending that to the word list. Now I have got the list of words for me to continue my analysis. And this is the list of words. If you see, all the stop words are eliminated. Now I'm gonna run my algorithm on these words. Okay. Now, another simple example I can tell you guys. So there is something called as trending in Twitter. Okay. Say for example, if these prepositions, articles, or helping verbs are not removed, you will always see either is, a, the as the trending words in Twitter. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now we have seen how we split. Now the opposite of split is join. Okay. So I'm taking a list which is having name, course, and then location. Then I'm gonna join all these words with comma. So this is how you do it using the join function, which would take the list as a parameter, and you'll have to specify the delimiter here. Now I'm printing the string. There you go. So this is, opposite of what we have done earlier, split. Okay. And then one last function, guys, which is clear. Let's say you have a list which is having some values 1, 2, 4, 5, or whatever it could be. And then when you call this clear function, all the elements would be cleared from the list. Your list will become an empty list. And that is what I'm showing here. Okay. Now let me take a pause. Are we good so far?
Yeah.
Yes, no, maybe.
There you mentioned dot lower right. So what if the person puts them in uppercase, like if this in capital THIS?
So here also you'll have to do it in uppercase. Otherwise, it won't match. You'll end up getting, all those things in the words list because it's case sensitive. Python is case sensitive.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
No problem. Okay, are we good?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Q. I need some motivation. Yeah, I woke up early in the morning on a Saturday and taking this session.
Yep.
Show some energy, guys. Okay. Now, moving on, let's start the next topic, which is dictionaries. Okay. So, any idea what exactly a dict is?
It's a collection of
Key value pairs.
Key value pairs. That's correct. What else you could think of? Any idea?
Um, just it stores in pairs,
Mhm.
two items, key and value.
Okay. So, let me explain, guys. So basically, dictionaries is also a collection, one of the collection data types, which help you to store multiple values. Okay. Or multiple elements, I would say. Right. So each element in a dictionary is a key value pair. So what do I mean by that? Maybe let's say I want to create a dictionary. Sorry, I want to create a dict. Okay. So it's a key value pair. Like I said, maybe it looks something like this. Name, maybe name is John. Okay. So first key value pair is created. Now the second key value pair. Maybe age. And then let's say age is 29. Second key value pair. And third key value pair, maybe location. And let's say location is Hyderabad. Okay. And then let's say he is a student and the courses he opted, can be a list because he wouldn't be opting one course, right? He can opt multiple courses. Okay, let's say the courses he have opted are Python, and then maybe Java. Okay, and then his contact can be some mobile number. Okay, so this is how typically your dictionary would look like, guys. This is how typically your dictionary would look like. So dictionary would help you store data in the form of key value pairs. Okay, so each key will have a value attached to it. Now you might ask me, boss, why do we need a dictionary? Why do we store data in the form of key value pairs? So the dictionary itself is, speaking for itself, right? So it's basically used for a lookup operation. The best example is the telephone directory in your mobile. The telephone directory in your mobile, not just telephone directory, guys. A lot of applications you use in mobile uses dictionaries in the backend. If not dictionaries, something similar to dictionaries in the backend. For example, the same dict in Java is called as map. Okay, so what is a lookup operation? Lookup operation is nothing but looking up for a value based on a key. You type the key and then you get the value. Key is something which you can remember. Value is something which you can't remember. Okay, can't remember, or maybe that value could change. Okay, so whenever you want to look up for a value using a key, that is what we call as lookup operations. And then these dicts are used for lookup operations. Okay, now let me take a pause. Are we good so far?
So Suresh, the key would be name and the value would be John.
That's correct.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so this is how it would look like. To put it in a general term, right? Key and the key and value are separated by a colon. This is the syntax. Comma, and then another key value, maybe key 1, colon, value 1, comma, key 2, colon, value 2, so on and so forth. You can have any number of key value pairs. Okay, so this is how the syntax of dictionary would look like. If it is a string, if any of your key or value is a string, then you will enclose with double quotes. If it is a list, you create it with square braces, just like you create any list. Okay, now you might ask me, boss, what about other collection data types? You have been talking about different collection data types, right? So your value can be anything, guys. Your value can be another dictionary. Your value could be a tuple. Your value could be a set or a frozen set. Okay, so it can be anything. There is no restriction that it has to be either a list or a string or an integer. If it is a data type, yes, it can be any data type. Okay, now let's talk about the characteristics of a dictionary. First things first, it stores data in the form of a key value pair. Okay, second, now this is unordered. Now, can you tell me the meaning of this unordered?
You can't, it is not ordered in ascending or descending.
Not really.
Random data types, random
Indexes.
data and data types.
No. In lists, we have discussed what is
Yeah,
ordered.
it's
JSON?
ordered
JSON
have the
format?
indexes.
Yes.
Something about.
Yes. So basically, when it is unordered, the order in which these key value pairs are stored is irrelevant, and you will not be able to access the elements using indices.
But
Okay.
you can access them using keys, right?
Yes. Yes. For accessing them using keys, position doesn't matter. Correct, Madhuri?
Yes.
Okay. So that's the reason dictionaries are unordered. Okay. And now the third point is iterable. Now, what is the meaning of iterable?
We can loop through a dictionary.
Yes, we can loop through a dictionary using for loop. As simple as that. Now, second one on duplication. Now, duplicate keys are allowed or not allowed?
Not allowed.
Yes, they are not allowed. You cannot create duplicate keys. When you already have a key existing, then it will throw an error. Okay, so maybe you want to store multiple values for the same key, then you can probably create a list of values for the same key instead of trying to create multiple key value pairs for the same key. Okay, so duplicate keys are not allowed. This is another important point. And then on mutability, yes, this is mutable. Okay, meaning you can add, delete, update your key value pairs. There is no problem with that. Okay, and then the next point. Now, I have given you a use case, right? For a lookup operation where you have a key and then a value. Okay, let's say maybe I want to get contact for Ramesh. So when I type Ramesh, do I expect to see the mobile number immediately, or is it okay for me to wait?
Expect immediately.
Yes, meaning the lookup operation have to be fast. Okay, so dictionaries are faster. Okay, for the same reason, I mean, in order to achieve this, it uses hashing in the backend. It uses hashing in the backend. It uses hash tables to be specific. Okay, so since I brought this up, I have one recommendation from my side, guys. Okay, though you are using Android phones or iOS mobiles, that doesn't really matter. But there is this app called Algorithms. Okay, so you have it both in Apple and also Play Store, Google Play Store. Okay, so if you go here, this is a paid app. You'll get few features for free of cost, few algorithms and few things for trying it out. But this is a paid app. Uh, when I bought this, it was around 299 INR, not USD. 299 INR. But trust me, guys, it's worth. Okay, so what will we get in 299? Not even Kalki ticket in India. Okay, the beauty of this app is, you know, you see a lot of algorithms, lot of data structures and other things, right? They explain in an animated way. Say, for example, how list works, how a dictionary works, or how a hash table works, what happens behind the scenes. Okay, they explain all those things in animated way. Okay, I highly recommend these apps. You can probably download these apps, purchase the full version. Okay, and then probably whenever you're walking or whenever you're having a cup of tea or coffee, you can just see one data structure per day, one algorithm per day. You don't need to write the code, but at least see what exactly they are and how they are working, like linked list, stack, queue, right? And then hash tables. These are the concepts which are really helpful while learning a programming language, but generally nobody teaches them. Okay, so you'll get to understand a lot of things. Say for example,
US it is 299. Purchase all algorithms.
$299. Are you serious?
No, $2.99.
Okay, okay.
So $3.
Because $299 is not even my course cost. Yeah, if that is the price, I will teach you. You give me
No,
that
no.
$299. Yeah.
$2.99. I just purchased it. So
Awesome. Okay. But trust me, guys, it's all worth. Say, for example, I'm telling you, dictionaries are faster because it uses hash tables. I'm not teaching what hash tables does or how it works. You can do that using this app. And trust me, it's very good app. Okay. So it uses hash tables in the backend. So basically, it's a kind of indexing. Hash tables is a kind of indexing. Okay. Now, um, we'll go back to our Colab notebook. Okay, so here are some pointers. A dictionary or dict is a data type in Python which stores key value pairs. They are also called as hash maps, hash tables, or associative arrays because they use them in the backend. They're all same. Now created using comma separated items with curly braces, which we have seen. And then dictionary name is equals to, this is how it would look like, key value, comma key value, likewise. And this is how you create an empty dictionary. Okay, so if you just give curly braces without initializing with it with any key value pair, it will create an empty dictionary. Okay, and it cannot store duplicate keys, which we have discussed. And we'll be using a value based on a key using square braces, which I'm gonna discuss shortly. And then dictionaries are unordered. Dictionaries are unordered. Okay. So before I start this, I just want to give you a heads up. Now that we have a good number of people, 28, the count, right? And I don't know how many of you will be there till the end, but we do have sessions tomorrow and day after tomorrow as well. Okay. So just in the interest of time we lost in the last weekend, guys, I hope you will understand and support. Okay. Because people have their commitments for other courses. So for example, if it is data engineering, it's going to be me. But if you have opted for other courses, the schedules are already finalized. Okay. And I don't want to skip any topics. I don't want to skip any sessions just because this is for free of cost or whatever it is. Okay. When we do it, we'll do it in a full-fledged way. Okay. So I request please attend sessions tomorrow and day after tomorrow as well. And trust me, I'll make it worth. Okay. I'm not gonna talk technical things continuously. We'll try to have some fun in between. I know attending sessions on a weekend is difficult, but I'll make sure it's all worth. Are we good?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and create our first dictionary, guys. Student is equals to, this is a dict, name and the key value pair, name Ram, and then age 35, and the courses, this is the list of courses, what we have, right? So name, Ram, key value, age 35, key value, courses, Python and data science is a key value pair again. Okay. And right, string can either be enclosed in a single quote or a double quote. It doesn't really matter. Now, the first function we do is always type. Type of student is dictionary, and then I'm printing the same. And this is how you can access values, guys. Student of name. Okay, we call this as of, but this is square braces basically. So student of, you're passing the key, and this would return the value, which I'm storing in this name variable. Now, when I do print of name, you'll get Ram. And then student of courses will give you the courses he have opted for, Python and data science. And then student of phone, it will throw an error because phone number is not created here in this dictionary. Okay, so you will get a clear error, key error, meaning this particular key is not present. Now there is an alternate way to retrieve values using keys, which is get method. Okay, now student.get of name will give you name. Okay, now you might ask me then, boss, what is the difference between using square braces and get method? The only difference, when you are using square braces, whenever a key is not found in the dictionary, it will throw an error. Okay, when you are using a get method, whenever a key is not found in the dictionary, it will return none. It will return none, but it won't throw any error. Okay, now if I do the same student.get of none, it will be none. And there is another advantage with using get. Instead of returning none, you can also return a default value as well. So for example, I'm passing two arguments to this get function now. Okay, the first argument is the key. Second argument is what to return when the key is not found. So for example, when the phone number is not found, I would return phone number is not found in student dictionary. If it is found, it will actually give you the phone number. Okay, So instead of printing a big message, I can also print a default phone number. So for example, I'm storing the contact details of my trainers in a CareerIT organization. Okay, let's say if the contact number of a particular trainer is not updated, I'll give a default phone number, which is CareerIT phone number. Okay, you can do that too. Student.get of phone. Okay, and then this is the default contact number. Since we don't have phone number in student dictionary, I'm giving the default phone number. I'm returning the default phone number. That's the beauty of get. Okay, but when you want your code to fail, whenever a particular key is not found, okay, then you'll be using square braces. Okay, so these dictionaries, right, they are used extensively in parameter driven development, guys. Okay, so dictionaries are pretty much relevant to JSON. Okay, they share all the properties of JSON. In fact, what is a JSON? It's nothing but a dictionary. You read a JSON data from a JSON file, you convert it to a dictionary, and then you use it. Okay, similarly, you have a dictionary and you want to save the dictionary, you save that to a JSON file. So whenever you are writing any application, right, and it is a parameter driven, you end up using dictionaries. There are a lot of applications of JSON. So for example, you are working on a REST API and you want to make a call. Okay, be it a post method or a get method. Again, you end up dealing with dictionaries or JSON. Okay, because for post method, it needs a body, which is a JSON message. And when you use a get method, you get a response, which is a JSON again. Okay, so dictionaries won't leave you anywhere. Okay, be it you are working on data, you are working on DevOps, you are working on web application development. Forget about all these things. When you are writing a code, you will use dict. You can't escape. Okay. So we'll be dealing with JSON as well in our course. Right after collections, I'll be starting with file IO, and one of the file types is JSON. I'm gonna show you how you do those operations. Okay. But when I do student, this is what we have. Now, uh, like I was mentioning yesterday, whenever we are learning a new collection, there will be few common operations like adding an element, removing an element, updating an element, retrieving an element, and then iterating through all the values in the collection. So these are some common operations, guys. Okay, maybe few of them might not be applicable for immutable collections, but most of them will be applicable for almost all the collections. Okay, so now the next concept is how you add a key value pair to an existing dictionary. This is how you do it. Dictionary of key is equals to value. So student of phone is equals to the phone number. Okay, now if I print student, you will see an additional key value pair added, which is phone number. Okay, and maybe you want to update multiple values. You can also do that using update function. So student of update, name I'm updating from Ram to Shyam, age I'm updating from 35 to 25, and I'm adding one more element, email shyam@gmail.com. This is the beauty of update. So you can add an element and then you can update the existing values too. So here I'm changing the values for keys, name and age, and I'm adding one more key value pair. Then student, this is how it works. Now you might ask me, boss, what about deleting? Deleting has a separate function, which we are gonna talk about shortly. Okay, and again, a student of age is equals to 30. Here it won't add another key value pair, but it will update the existing key value pair, which is age. Okay, if that age key is not present in the dictionary, it will then add a new key value pair. Okay, now the student's age is updated to 30 from 35. Okay, now the next set of functions are deleting. Right now, delete student of age will go delete the age key value pair. Now, if I print student, you'll not see age anymore. Name Shyam, and then courses Python data science. Phone, this is the phone number, and then email, this is the email. Okay, And then we have pop, just like we have pop in list. Okay, so student.pop of phone. So it will go delete the key value pair with key phone, but it returns the value, and you can store that value in any variable. And when you talk about this delete, it won't return anything. Now when I run this, it will go ahead and delete this key value pair, phone and the phone number, but it will return the phone number which I'm storing in this phone. Now if I do phone, you'll be able to see the phone number, and if I print student, you'll not see phone anymore. Okay, let me take a pause. Are we good so far?
Yeah. One quick question, Suresh.
Yeah, please, Srinath.
Yeah. So the elements in the dictionary has to be the key elements needs to be in the quotes. That's mandatory, right? That's the syntax for
No,
the
it's
dictionary.
not. It's not.
It's not.
If it is a string, then it has to be a string. If it is
Okay.
not, it need not be.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'll show you an example. This is a dictionary. One. Key value pair is 1, 2, and 2. There you go. Both are integers.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in 99% of the cases, we do it as string. Okay.
Okay.
Python don't stop us from using an int, but 99% of the time we use it as a string. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
No worries. Now, what about others? Are we good? Are we good? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Suresh. Yes, yes.
Perfect. Now, next application is about creating a telephone directory. Okay. We'll be using whatever we have learned so far. Okay. So I'm creating a contacts dictionary, which is storing key value pairs where key is the contact name and the value is the phone number. Okay. So here, the dictionary when I have created, it is having 3 key value pairs, Ram and his phone number, Ali and his phone number, John and his phone number. Contacts of Ram would give you Ram's phone number. I'm printing the same. Okay. And I'm using get here, contacts.get of Ram. Okay. And I'm giving a default value. When I run this, since Ram's contact is already present in this contacts dictionary, it will give the actual value, which is this 993074, whatever it is. Okay. And then contacts dot get Suresh. Since Suresh is not present in this contacts dictionary, it will give you the default value. When I run this, you're getting a default value. Okay. And then you have this length function. This length function is applicable for all the collections, including arrays. Okay. Including string, right? So length of contacts will give you the number of key value pairs you have, which is currently 3. And now I'm going to add couple more contacts. Contacts of Rohit is equals to his phone number. And then contacts of bank spam is equals to, some number. Now, when I do contacts, we'll see 5 key value pairs and length of contacts 5. Okay. Now iterating through all these values, right? So when we were discussing about the characteristics of a dictionary, I have told you it's a iterable collection, right? Meaning we can iterate using for loop. Okay. But what happens when you iterate using for loop? You would get key in iterative variable. Okay. So for key in contacts, printing key. Okay. Now let's say if I do value and then print of value, can you guess what we get?
Keys.
Yes, keys only, the same output. Because iterative variable is a variable, it's not a
Yeah.
keyword. Okay. Now you might ask me, boss, how can we get values then? Use get method or use square braces. For key in contacts, okay, I'm printing key, comma, contacts dot get of key, which will give you value. When I run this, you'll get both key and value pairs. Make sense?
Yes.
Others?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Suresh.
Yeah. Now you might ask me, boss, are there any direct ways to get keys or maybe values or maybe both key value pairs? Answer is yes. Okay. So there is something called as dot keys, dot values, and then dot items. So what this will do is contact dot keys, it will return an iterable dict of keys. Okay, we call it as dict underscore keys, like dict underscore keys. Okay, so what it will do is it will give you only keys which you can iterate. For key in contacts.keys will give you all the keys, and then contacts.values will give you only values, and contacts.items will give you both keys and values. I repeat, contacts.items will give you both key and value. So since you will have two values from items, contacts.items, you'll need two iterative variables where name would take the key and phone will take the value. Here again, it's all about position, guys, not about the naming convention. So the first variable would always read key and second variable would always read value. Okay, so here my key is name, so I have taken an appropriate variable name, and my value is a phone number. I have taken appropriate variable phone. Okay, and I'm printing the same. So these are three new functions which you are learning in dict, which is not there in list. Contact.keys, contact.values, and contact.items. Now, if you want to understand more what exactly are these, I have done few things here. Contact.items, it will give you an iterable dict items. Okay, so which is key and then value. And this iterable dict items you are using for loop to iterate and get the key value pair. Likewise, contact.keys will give you dict keys, iterable dict keys. And then contact.values, you have iterable dict values. Boss, what exactly are these? Internally, they are lists. Okay, now let me take a pause. Are we good? Dot keys, dot values, and then dot items.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Now I'm deleting this bank spam. Now let's do it as an application, guys. Okay. Now what this application will do is it will ask user to enter a name in order to search for a particular contact. Okay. And if that contact number is found, it will display the contact number. If that contact number is not found, then it will ask user whether he wants to add that contact. If answer is yes, it will add. If answer is no, it will just come out of the service, right? So name is equals to input. I'm taking the name from user, and then if that name in contact.keys. So I have shown you what contact.keys will give you, right? So contact.keys will give you iterable list, which we call as dict keys. Okay, of all the keys, and you can use membership operator in, not in. Okay, so I'm checking in. If it is present, then it is trying to get the phone number and it is printing just dial so and so phone number to call so and so person based on the inputs you have given. Else, it is printing we do not have contact for name, and then it is asking you to enter an input. Do you want to add his mobile number, either yes or no? If your output is yes, so if your input is yes, it is asking you to enter the phone number and it is adding that contact to the contacts dictionary. Okay, in other case where you have chosen no, then it is just printing thanks for using a service. Let me run this. Now it is asking for input. What inputs we have? Ram, Ali, John. Okay, maybe I'll give Ram. Okay, so since Ram is present in contact.keys, it will just get the mobile number and then it is printing dial phone number to call Ram. Now, if I run this again, maybe I'll give Sri. Now it went into the else condition because this condition is false. Okay, now it is asking whether you want to add the number or not. Okay, maybe I'll give no. Okay, meaning this condition will be false and this will be executed. It will just print thank you for using our service. Let me run this again. I'm gonna give Sri. Do you want to add contact? Now, if I give yes, okay, condition, it is checking for the condition. And now it is asking me to enter the phone number. And once I have entered the phone number, it is adding that phone number along with this name as key into this contacts dictionary. I'll give some random number. There you go. Now you can check the same. I'm running this and then Sri. There you go. Dial number to call Sri. Let me take a pause. Are we good?
Yeah.
Yes.
And let me tell you something, guys. These are the only functions you have in dictionary. Okay. But talking about applications, right? We have a lot of applications using dictionary, which I'm gonna walk you through though. Anyway, okay. Now, you can actually create a dictionary from this one as well, from keys. Okay. So location is equals to contacts.from keys. This is how I can create a dictionary. From keys, I'm passing a list of keys and then value. Now, all these keys will share the same location. Ram Hyderabad, Suresh Hyderabad, and then Ramesh Hyderabad. Okay. And maybe if I give Hyderabad, Vizag, Bangalore, okay, you might think that Ram will get Hyderabad, Suresh will get Vizag, and Ramesh will get Bangalore, but that's not the case. Location, it will still give, it will still consider the second argument as one value. So basically, you use this from keys whenever you want to create a dictionary where all the keys are sharing the same value. I repeat, whenever you want to create a dictionary where all the keys are sharing the same value, you end up using this from keys function. Okay, let me take a pause. Are we good so far?
Yes. But one quick question, Suresh.
Yeah.
So,
Please go ahead, Srinath.
can't we assign different values for these different keys using some other function, or is there another way to do it?
There are ways. There are definitely there are ways, but
Okay.
not by using from keys.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So generally, right, in my course, I keep adding a lot of ad hoc content. Okay, sometimes you see some topic which is not relevant in a notebook. So what happens is I keep attending interviews, Srinath.
Right. Right.
Okay, because though I'm changing my organization or not, but I keep attending interviews because I want to know what is the current trend and the current expectations in the industry. So all the
Right.
questions that were asked during the interview, I'll keep adding to my course.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's how
which is
these
good
from
thing.
keys have, yeah, that's how these from keys have came up here.
Okay. Got it.
Okay,
Yeah, which
and
is good thing we can
Hmm.
learn too.
Yeah, and sometimes students ask me those questions because they are attending one or the other interview and maybe they face a Python question. They come back and ask me, boss, I have got this question. Can you please explain? I keep adding that content as well. Okay. So we do have a lot of interesting examples, guys. Now that theory is done, uh, guys, what are your weekend plans out of the context?
In
Attend the
America,
class.
cleaning, cooking.
Okay, forget about weekend plans. You don't need to tell me what plans you have, but tell me, do you have any plans? Yes, no.
Yes.
Yes.
I want to hear no, yeah, because I want to continue the session.
Yeah, you can continue, Suresh. That's not a problem. At least for
Awesome.
me.
What about others?
Is it at the same time tomorrow?
Yes, it's going to be the same time tomorrow and day after as well, but I want to continue session today. Maybe for 30 more minutes. But I'll give a break though. I understand I can't make you sit for 2 hours. So we call it as a China education, Chaitanya Narayana. Okay.
But no jail.
Yeah. So I'll
Only
give you quick 10 minutes break. If you allow me to continue, because theory is done. Now, whatever I'm gonna explain, they're all examples, some good examples. Okay, you see, you know, some good examples which we'll go through. We'll go back and revisit our EMI calculator, and then this data consolidation, nested dictionaries. These are all some good applications, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
we'll continue.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Suresh, we
Sure,
can continue.
sure, fine.
And this is how we market courses. Okay, cool. Right now on my screen time is 7:30. We'll join back by 7:40. You don't need to leave the meeting. You can go on mute and we'll start in 10 minutes, guys. Okay,
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
cool. Hey guys, are you back?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Others?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So now let's move on to the next concept or the next example where we are creating a nested dictionary. Okay. So what is a nested dictionary? It's not something new. It's the same dictionary, but you will have the value also as a dictionary. Okay. So here I'm taking one example, guys. I'm gonna create a blogs dictionary. Okay. And in that blogs dictionary, key will be article ID and then value will be article. Okay. And this article, right? This is again a dictionary. Okay. And in that article dictionary, you have three keys: title, author, and then content and their respective values. Okay. So this is how your nested dictionary would look like. Key one, and then value is a dictionary. So one is that article ID. One is that article ID, and the value is article. And this article is again a dictionary, which is having three key value pairs, where title is Python, author is Naresh, and then content is Python is a type of programming language. And then article ID 2, we have title, Hadoop, and then author Siri, and then content is Hadoop is a distributed processing framework. And then we have this third article, article ID 3, and value is a dictionary again. And in this article, we have title Spark, author Ramesh, and the content Spark does in-memory processing. And then we have this fourth article, okay, article ID 4, and article you have title GCP, author Suresh, and then content GCP stands for Google Cloud Platform. Okay. Now let's try to create this dictionary, and I'll also show you how to access the values inside a nested dictionary. Okay. So for the same, I'm creating two empty dictionaries, guys, blogs and articles. Now if I do length of blogs, it will be 0. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is article ID, I'm assigning it using this logic. Length of blogs plus 1. Currently length of blogs is 0. So plus 1 will give us 1. And I'm asking user to enter title, author, and content. Okay, so once I have the title, author, and then content, I'm creating an article dictionary. Okay, and article dictionary for title, I'm taking the user input as a value. For author, I'm taking again user input as a value. And then content, I'm taking user input as a value. And once I have created this article dictionary, I'm going to add this article dictionary as a value to the blogs dictionary using this line of code. Okay, so this is the article, what I have created here based on user inputs. And then article ID is something which I have created here. And then I'm updating my blogs dictionary, okay, with article ID and then article. So when I'm running it for the first time, article ID will be 1. And it is asking me the title. Maybe I'll follow the same title Python, author name Naresh, and then article content Python is a typed language, typed programming language. Okay. Now, if I print this blogs dictionary, this is how it would look like. 1, and then you have the article that is added, which is a dictionary. Okay. Now, when I run this code again, now the length of blogs will be 1 because already one element is added. Now length of blogs will be 1 and this article ID will be 2. Now it is asking me to enter title, author, and content again. I'll start with content. Maybe I'll put Hadoop. And then probably author name is Siri. And then article content, Hadoop is a distributed processing framework. Okay. Now, if I print blogs now, you'll see two key value pairs in blogs, which is 1, and then the value is article, and 2, the value is another article again, article related to Hadoop. Now, if I run this again, okay, now the length of blocks, you'll get 2, article ID will be 3, and I'll have to give the same inputs, title, author, and then content. Maybe title I'll give Spark, and then maybe author I'll give Sri, and then article content I'm gonna give Spark is a in-memory processing framework. Some text. Okay, now if I print blogs, this is what I get. Okay, now blogs of 0 will give nothing because these are not indexes, guys. We don't have that key. So blogs of 1 will give us the first article. Blogs of 2 will give us the second article. Blogs of 3 will give us the third article, which is a dict. Okay, so this is a dictionary. Now from this dictionary, if I want to access author, I'm gonna add one more square braces and give author, which will give me author for the third article. Okay, so blogs of 3 is a dictionary, and from this dictionary, maybe I want to access author, I can do this, and blogs of 3 title will give me Spark. Okay, and alternately you can use the get method as well. Blogs.get of 2 and then get of title will give you Hadoop. And then blogs of 4, we don't have 4. Maybe I'll do blogs of 2, and maybe I'll change GCP to MapReduce. When I run this, it will go change the title of second article from Hadoop to MapReduce. So here it is Hadoop, right? If I print blogs, you'll see MapReduce. Okay, maybe I'm gonna change the content as well. And when I print it again, you'll see MapReduce and Hadoop storage is HDFS. Okay, and the blocks of 1 of title will give you Python, and blocks of 2 of author, it will give you Siri. Now let me take a pause. Are we good so far?
That the
Yes.
blocks of 1, how it is coming?
So blocks of 1 is this key value pair, right? Sri.
Title Python. Okay.
Okay, so when I give this key, you'll get this value.
Title Python. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Based on you have declared this. Okay.
Yes, so I'm
Okay.
removing this. Blocks of 1 is a dictionary, and in blocks of 1, maybe I want to access, whatever I want. Maybe I'll give title. You'll get only title, which is Python. Maybe I want to see content. This is again a dictionary. That's why I'm using this key. Content,
Okay,
I'll only
content.
get the content. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah. So the only keyword, only we have to define like blog, that is in Python. So blog means it will understand that is a dictionary and it will return something.
No, it's a variable. You can give whatever it is.
It's a
At the
variable.
end of the day, what matters is curly braces, and then the elements you're storing.
Okay, the curly braces is matter. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Blogs is a variable, article is a variable. They're all variables. You can give whatever you
Okay.
want. If not blogs, you can give Sri.
Okay.
Okay.
Getting.
Cool. Any other questions, guys? Are we good?
Yeah. This
Yes.
we are.
Others, are we good?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's move on to the next example, guys. Here this is a quiz application. Okay, so it's basically Capital's quiz. Okay, so the application we are going to develop now would ask you questions. Capital's quiz. Okay, so any gaming, I would use random, not just me, anybody. Where you have a requirement to pick something in random, you'll end up using random module. Okay, I'm importing this random, and then I'm creating a dictionary capitals where you have the state name as key and the capital value as value. So Andhra Pradesh, Amaravati, Arunachal Pradesh, Itanagar, Assam, Dispur, Bihar, Patna, so on and so forth. All the states and capitals stored in the form of a dictionary. And if you see Uttarakhand, you have Dehradun and Gairsain. Okay, there are two capitals for Uttarakhand and hence they are represented in a list. Okay. Now let me run this. Now I want you to understand a few things here before we actually write the code. So capitals.keys will give us dict keys, which is iterable. Like I said, internally it's a list, but you can convert it into a list using this typecasting. So list of capitals.keys will create list of all the keys. So this is a list and you have all the keys. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to create a states list using the same logic, list of capitals.keys. And now there is a function called shuffle in random module. Okay, so random.shuffle of states will shuffle all your states in the list. Basically, it will change the positions. Now, when I run these states, you'll get a different values, Goa, Jharkhand, Andhra Pradesh. And let's say if I run this again, you'll see a different order now. Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, whatever it is. I'm shuffling it again and you'll see a different order now. Tripura, Manipur, Andhra Pradesh, it just randomly shuffles it. The name random is indicating the same thing, right? Okay, now that I have shuffled and this is what I have in the states list. Okay, now there is this function called choice. Now what this choice will do is it will randomly select some value from the list. This states is a list and this choice will select some random value from the list. Okay, now I'm asking user what is the capital of that particular state. Let me run this. What is the capital of Nagaland? Who would like to answer? I'm very bad at GK.
Kohima.
Kohima. Okay, let's see. Now what I'm going to do is once this choice is made, I'm going to get the correct answer from the capitals dictionary. So capitals of Nagaland will be stored in this correct answer dictionary. And I'm also asking user to answer it. So somebody said Kohima, right? Let me enter Kohima. Okay. Now this answer variable have your answer and this correct answer have the actual answer. If both are same, I'm just printing congratulations, you are good in social studies. Else I'm printing I know how much you learned in social studies. Oh, great. This is the correct answer. And I'm also printing the correct answer. Kohima. Okay, simple application. I'm expecting one question from you. Let me see who would ask that question. Any questions?
Is it case
What if we
sensitive?
enter the
One by one. So is it case sensitive? Yes, it is case sensitive. Okay.
what if we answer the one which is not there?
It will say it's a wrong answer. Say for example, Kohima, right? Instead of uppercase, I'm giving Kohima. And then when I do this, it will print.
Okay, go to the else.
It will go to the else. And same thing happens when you give some answer which is not there in the capitals, it will go to the else. Okay, so but that's not the question which I'm anticipating.
If there are two capitals, if you enter one, it will still say.
It will still be the right answer because you are using in, you are not using equals to, right? That's the beauty of membership operator. Still, I'm expecting a different question.
Are there any point values also assigned for the right choices? Because it's like a quiz. Just a question may
Not
not
here,
be something very.
not here, but you can do it too.
Okay.
West Bengal is.
Okay, let me burst the bubble. So basically, here I'm shuffling the states, right? And here I'm using choice. Choice itself is randomly choosing some element from a list. So why do I have to do the shuffle? Is that a valid question?
Yeah, because next time we run again, it will go for the same question.
No, basically choice itself will randomly choose, Srinath.
Okay.
Okay, you have
Okay.
20 elements in a list. The choice function, right? From random, it itself will just give me a second, Srinath. Hey, sorry guys, I got a call which I have to lift. Okay. Yeah. Coming back to this, choice itself is choosing the value randomly. You know, it won't choose the same thing every time. Okay. So why do we need a shuffle? Answer is we don't need a shuffle. I just want to introduce a shuffle function as well to you. Okay. Because we'll be using that in future. Answer is very simple.
So main use, why you used shuffle? So next question, it will automatically shuffle and give, or randomly it will pick anything.
So
if you don't use,
basically, we even though we don't use shuffle, this use case will still work.
use states list capital, get all the states in the list.
So
Random.
for example, I'm commenting this shuffle. Now states list is this. And now when I do a choice, now it is asking capital for Jammu and Kashmir. When I run this again, it will ask for Andhra Pradesh. When I run this again, it will ask for Gujarat because choice itself will pick a value in random.
Okay. So instead of choice, there random.shuffle I can give instead of choice word.
You can't because shuffle cannot pick a value. Shuffle will just changes the values inside your list, the positions inside the list.
Positions inside the list, it will change.
Yeah. So we'll be using this shuffle in the coming examples. So I just want to introduce it here itself.
Here, can I use choice random.choice states?
You can, that's what I'm saying, right? So basically, you know, I commented this and I ran here.
Yeah.
Okay, so that can be done without shuffle. You can use choice.
Okay. Choice can be used anywhere, but shuffle only in the list. I have to use shuffle.
No, Sri. It's all requirement driven, right? It's not like you can use anywhere. Here, the requirement is to ask random questions.
Okay, ask that. Okay.
Okay, so this choice will pick a value randomly from a list.
Okay.
Okay, whereas shuffle doesn't pick any value and doesn't return anything. What shuffle will do is it will just shuffle the values inside the list. Basically, when I say shuffle the values, it shuffles the position of values in the list. So whenever you do, say for example, you're picking the first value every time. Okay, so without using shuffle, you'll get the same value every single time. But when you use shuffle, you will get a different value as a first value every single time.
Okay. Just
Make
inside
sense?
that list, it will shuffle. Yeah. Okay,
yes.
got it. Yeah.
Okay. Each time it will ask different question.
Yes, that's correct.
Choices. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like playing the house when we
exactly
shuffle the numbers and just still select one of the random number.
There you got another example, guys. Go ahead and implement that.
Housey?
Yes. Why not you pick a range from 1 to 100 and then maybe, you create your own tickets and run this Python code for every iteration to pick all the 100 numbers.
Shuffle that. Okay.
That's how you'll have fun, guys. Seriously. I just wanted to share one experience. This is back in 2013 when I was doing my BTech. Okay, so back then Temple Run game was an emotion. In fact, people used to buy iPhone for playing that game. And then slowly it came to Android as well. Most of the people have purchased smartphones just to play Temple Run. Okay. And the irony is we play for highest score. Okay. So in a group of friends, whoever has that highest score in Temple Run, they are treated as, I don't know how many of you know Telugu, but they are treated as top.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I did was I just got an idea thinking that, boss, these data should be stored somewhere in the mobile, because whenever you're starting that game again, okay, so it is starting from where you left, at least the stats. Okay. Then I started exploring in that direction. I went into Temple Run directory, and then I have seen all the cache files, and then there is a property file. Okay, that is the file where all these numbers are getting stored. Say, for example, how many characters you have unlocked, how many gems you have, how many
Oh.
coins you have, and then your highest score. All these values, all this data is getting stored in that file. Then I connected my phone to a laptop, to my laptop, opened that file, and that is a non-editable file. So I have converted it to editable file, because I want to edit these values. Then I have unlocked all the characters. So you'll have characters like Montana, and then there are other
Yeah, different
characters, right?
characters.
Yeah, you'll have all the characters, and you'll have a true false value. Okay, so if it is true, it's unlocked. If it is false, it's locked. So I have made all of them true, and then I have changed the highest score. Okay, so the previous highest in my class was around 2 million or 3 million. I changed mine to 15 million. Okay, and then I have changed my gems value. My gems value were some tens of gems. I changed it to thousands. Okay, and then I have upgraded all my powers, that magnet power, boost power, everything I have upgraded to the maximum. And then I saved that file, converted it back to the previous format, and replaced the file in my cache directory.
Oh, how we can edit that one? It will be like it won't be protected, something like that. You have
Nothing,
nothing.
just that people doesn't know.
Oh, okay. Just make it.
Is that in Android or is that in?
I did it in Android. HTC Desire C.
We used to install direct mods where you get unlimited lives. Even if you die, you will be you'll just get up and you'll keep running. And unlimited lives and unlimited keys in Temple Run and Subway Surfers as well. We used to have these mod files.
Yeah. So these are some cheats. I mean, when you want to become a tech geek, right, you end up doing all these things. So I encourage people to, see,
Like this,
programming is not about, doing a lot of coding and then stuff, boring job, right? Do something like this interesting, and then you'll fall in love with these things.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, this thing. Okay.
Okay. So Housey is a very good example. You can go ahead, implement this game, and then show the people what you have learned from this course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, moving on, the next example is EMI calculator. So before I get into this EMI calculator, I just want to revisit on what we have discussed earlier. Okay. So just a high level overview, open notebook, and then we did it in conditions, right? So module 1 conditions. Guys, if you see, just for dealing with 3 banks and 3 CIBIL ranges for each bank, you'll have to write so many ELIF conditions. Okay, maybe tomorrow you want to onboard another bank, or maybe couple of banks. You'll end up writing 6 more statements for 2 banks. Okay, maybe 5 banks. You'll end up writing 15 statements, which is not the right approach. Okay, so now that you know dictionaries, now I'm going to show you a better approach. Okay, going back to the dictionaries. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to store data in the form of a dictionary like this. Okay, again, this is a nested dictionary where the key is bank and value would be the interest rate for each of the CIBIL scores. For example, greater than 800, then what should be the CIBIL score? And 750 to 800, what should be the CIBIL score? And then 700 to 750, what should be the CIBIL score? Okay. Now the beauty of this approach, right? Maybe tomorrow if you are adding another bank, it's just a matter of adding one more key value pair to this. Maybe 5 more banks, you'll just end up adding 5 more key value pairs. Now let me show you how it is done. First things first, I'm creating this empty banks dictionary. Now this banks dictionary is nothing. It has 0 elements. And now I'm gonna create this dictionary. Okay, so bank is equals to input of enter bank name. Okay, user input. And then I have predefined Sibyl ranges. And I'm storing them in a list just to make my task easy for inputting the values, the interest values for these Sibyl ranges. Okay, so greater than 800, 750 to 800, and then 700 to 750. Again, tomorrow you want to add more Sibyl ranges, you can just add it over here itself. Okay, or maybe you want to reduce Sibyl ranges, you can just reduce it here itself. Okay, you are actually making your code more dynamic. Okay, and then we have this rate of interest dictionary. I'm going to talk about what this rate of interest dictionary is going to do. Okay, now for Sibyl range in Sibyl, this is the Sibyl dictionary. This is the Sibyl dictionary, and I'm iterating through this, meaning this for loop would be iterated 3 times. Now I'm asking the user to enter the interest rate for a particular Sibyl range. Okay, so in the first iteration, it will ask for 800. Second iteration, it will ask for 750 to 800. Third iteration, it will ask for 700 to 750. Okay, and each time you are giving the input, you are adding that to ROI dictionary. You are adding it to ROI dictionary. Okay, by the end of this for loop, you will end up creating an ROI dictionary. And after that, this ROI dictionary, I'm adding as a value to the bank's dictionary where key will be the bank name. Let me show you how it works. Running this, now it is asking me to enter the bank name. Maybe I'll start with the laziest bank in India. Okay, and then enter rate of interest for Sibyl range greater than 800. Maybe I'll give 6.8. 750 to 800. Maybe I'll give 7.5. Maybe I'll give 7.8. Okay, so these are all the interest rates during COVID. Okay, the current interest rates, I feel like selling my home.
Okay, it's more. Okay.
Okay, now when I run this, you will have a couple of dictionaries created. One is ROI dictionary, which will only have the value for banks dictionary. And the banks dictionary, you'll have the bank name, which you have entered over here. And this Sibyl dictionary or this ROI dictionary as the value. Okay, now maybe I want to add one more bank. Let me run this. Enter bank name, ICICI, my favorite bank, 7.65. Maybe I'll give 7.8 and then maybe 8.2. Now, if you see ROI, it will be this one, the latest one. And then in banks, you'll have 2 key value pairs added, one for SBI and one for ICICI. Now I'm running this again. Maybe I'll give one more bank, HDFC. Now rate of interest, I'll start with 7.5, 7.65, and then 8.5. Okay, and then ROI, this is what it is. And then banks, you'll see 3 key value pairs. Now maybe you want to get the interest value for SBI, Sibyl range is greater than 800. Now you run this, you'll get it. Okay, so now the second part of the code, user side of the code. This is bank side of the code. Okay.
In the first part, where you are telling to store all of them like SBI, ICICI, HDFC, where it has that? Oh, okay, that one. Bank
Yeah.
side bank.
Okay. So this is how you add values to a dictionary, right? Key value pair to a dictionary. Okay. Now moving on, I'm defining a function to get EMI, which would take principal, tenure, and rate of interest as input, and do all the calculation and will return EMI. This is a function, and here comes the user side of the code. Principal, I'm entering principal, and it is asking user to enter the input, and then tenure, it is asking user to enter the tenure, and the Sibyl, it is asking you to pick your Sibyl range. whether it would fall into greater than 800, 750 to 800, or 750 to 700. I'm still keeping it as a string. I'm not typecasting it because the CBIL ranges in my dictionary, Banks dictionary, are all strings. Okay. And then I'm also using user to enter the preferred bank. ROI value to start with is 0. If the bank is there in bank.keys, then this logic will be executed. Else, I'll just print we are not yet dealing with this bank. Now let's assume it is there in our banks dictionary. In that case, the next check would be tenure greater than 30. If yes, I'm printing enter tenure less than 30 years. Else, I'm actually executing the logic to calculate EMI. Now you have entered the bank here. You have entered the CBIL range here. I'll pass that bank and CBIL range and get the rate of interest from the banks dictionary. So you have this banks dictionary, right? So bank name and then CBIL range, which I took from the user as an input. I'm passing them to get the ROI. Okay. Now EMI is equals to, I'm calling this get EMI method by passing this principal, tenure, and this rate of interest in dictionary is stored as a string. I'm converting it into a float. Okay. And once I got the EMI value from the get EMI function, I'm just printing EMI payable. Okay. Now let me run this. Principal, maybe I'll start with 20 lakh, 2,200, 2,002, 20,000, 2 lakh, 20 lakh. And then tenure in years, maybe I'll give 20 years. And then CBIL range, maybe I'll select 750 to 800. When I run this, preferred bank, maybe I'll have to enter preferred bank as well, SBI. Now this is what I'll end up paying. Okay. Now the beauty of this approach, if you want to add a new bank, this code will not change. This code will not change. And this code also will not change. All you'll just do is run this code again and then give the values for the new bank. Whereas in the previous scenario, you will actually have to go into the code and change the values. Okay, so now we are entering into the code and you'll end up adding 3 more elif statements here for one bank. Okay, let me take a pause. Are we good so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the next example, guys. It's even more interesting. And this is an example, or this is a problem statement asked in an interview. Okay, now let me explain the problem statement first. I have a sales dictionary which is looking like this. Okay, so it has a key value pairs where the key is the location or the branch location and the value is the sales happened for each product. Okay, so for example, in Hyderabad, I sold 10 mobiles, 20 cases, 30 earphones, and then 60 screen guards. And in Vizag, I sold 30 mobiles, 15 cases, 28 earphones. And in Bangalore, I have sold 20 mobiles, 27 cases, 35 earphones, and then 50 mobile holders. Okay, now I want a consolidated report. I wanted a consolidated report. Okay, so for example, the total number of mobiles I have sold, total number of cases I have sold, earphones I have sold, screen guard I have sold, and then mobile holders I have sold. In total, combining all these branches. I have 3 branches and 3 branches. I'm selling different products. Okay, at the end of the day, I want a consolidated report of how many items were sold. Okay, so for example, in Hyderabad branch, I was not selling mobile holders. And Vizag branch, I'm not selling screen guard and mobile holders. And then in Bangalore, I'm not selling screen guard. But still, I want to get the consolidated report. Okay, so mobiles 10 plus 30 plus 20, 60. Cases 20 plus 15 plus 27, 62. Earphones 30 plus 28 plus 35, which is 93. And then screen guard 60. Mobile holders 50. Are we good with the ask?
Yes.
How is the use case, guys?
Yeah. Consolidation. Yeah, it's good. Like, so we have to count all of them in all the 3 states. like
Yeah.
mobile.
And now if you ask me, boss, do we need supernatural powers to solve this use case? No. Whatever we have learned so far is enough. You know, reading, writing, reading from a dictionary, writing to a dictionary. Okay. So it can be very complex JSON structure or a dictionary structure. Okay. Dictionary, inside a dictionary, inside a dictionary, inside a dictionary doesn't really matter. You'll have to break it down. Okay. I'm going to show you how it is done.
So
Now
mobile.
we'll start with a simple example, guys. Now for city in sales, for city in sales. Okay, I'm printing city and then sales of city. You'll get key value pairs basically. So city is Hyderabad. Oh, I'll have to run this first. I'll get Hyderabad and then these are sales of city. Vizag and then sales of city will give you the value. City, Bangalore, sales of city will give you the dictionary again. Okay, now this is going to be my code. Very simple. I'm creating a dictionary because if you see the expected output is also in the form of a dictionary, which is the correct collection as well. Okay, so I'm going to create an empty dictionary. Now I'm going to iterate in sales dictionary where I get city. And then this is a nested loop. I'm iterating again for these values. Okay, the sales dictionary. Now what I'm going to do is if item is present in aggregated sales. Okay, if this item is present in aggregated sales, then I'm adding that value, the some value. If it is not present, I'm adding a new value. Okay, you didn't understand, right? Let me explain by taking these values. So first iteration, city is Hyderabad. Second inner loop, item in sales of city. So sales of city is this one. Now I'm iterating through this dictionary, whatever I'm highlighting. Okay, and this for loop would be iterated for 3 times, not 3, 4 times. Mobiles, cases, earphones, and then screen guard. Okay, so first iteration item is mobiles. Now item in aggregate sales dot keys, it's not there. Okay, so it will go to the else. So what it will do is it will first add that value, key value pair. So aggregate sales of item is nothing but mobiles, and sales of city of item is nothing but you know the value, which is this 10. Okay, now this aggregated sales will have mobiles and then key value pair 10. Okay, in the second iteration for this item, cases is also not present in this aggregated sales. Now it will go add say cases 20. Third iteration also it's not there. Earphones 30 will be added to aggregated sales. Fourth iteration, screen guard is not there in aggregated sales. It will go add that key value pair. Now the second iteration of outer loop, city in sales, which is Vizag. Okay, now this sales of city, this inner for loop will be iterated 3 times because you have 3 products for Vizag. Okay, now aggregate sales of item is mobiles, guys. And this mobiles is present in aggregated sales. It is already present, meaning this condition is satisfied. Mobiles is present in aggregated sales. This condition is satisfied. Now what it will do is it will go pick the value, the existing value, and the new value will be added. Okay, so earlier it was 10, right? Now it will go add 30 and the value would be updated here with this line of code. Mobiles will be 30. Okay, now the second iteration cases is already present. Now again this loop, this condition will be satisfied. It will add to the existing dictionary. Okay, now cases value would be updated from 20 to 15. Similarly, earphones 30 to 28. Now the third iteration for the outer loop, which is Bangalore. Okay, now first iteration mobile, again this condition will be satisfied, right? Now aggregated sales of item is equals to sales of city item and then aggregated sales of item. Okay, so sales of city of item is 20. Aggregated sales of item will be 20 plus 30, 40, which is the earlier value which is present in this output dictionary. Okay, so 40 plus 20 will be 60. Now the next iteration of the inner loop. Okay, so 20 plus 15 plus 27 will be the updated value. Earphones same thing. And then mobile holders, it's not there in aggregated sales. We'll go to the else block. Okay, it will just add that value. When I run this is what it is. Okay. Now, honestly, tell me how many of you understood this?
Suresh, can't we do the same thing with using get values and then
You can.
do that? It would be much more easier than complicating this way.
Both are same, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So instead of square braces, you'll just add gets here, but both are same. Approach won't change.
Yes.
Can you just once explain this one more?
I'll come back to you, Sri.
Yeah.
Before that, I just want to understand how many of you understood this.
Yeah, we understood
did.
it. I understand, but I guess I need practice with it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'll show you how to better understand this, not just this code, but any code. Okay. Now I'm running this. Okay. So first things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to comment all of them. I first want to understand what I'm getting, guys. I'm going to do print city, and I'm going to do print city sales of city. When I run this, what happened? Oh, my bad. This has to be square braces.
Square brackets.
Okay, so this is what I have. Hyderabad and then mobiles of Hyderabad. I'm not caring anymore about this city. I have got what I'm looking for, sales of city. Okay, and this is my sales of city dictionary. Now in the second thing, sales of city, I'm iterating. Now I just want to see what is the item I'm getting. Okay, I'll just uncomment this one. And then maybe I know I'm no longer interested in these two things because I got to know what I'm getting there. Now I want to see what I'm getting in item. And what else I'm using here? Item. Okay. Now item, I'm getting all the products I'm selling. Okay. Because I'm iterating through sales of city, right? This is sales of city. And from sales of city, I'm iterating using keys. So I would obviously get items, which are products. Okay. Now the next line of code is pretty evident. Item in aggregated sales dot keys. Okay. And aggregated sales is something which I'm dealing with. It's not something which I'm getting. But now what this is giving me. Print sales of city. You know what sales of city will give you? It's a dictionary, which is this. And of item will give you the quantity, basically. Okay, so you are actually getting mobiles 10, cases 20, earphones 30, screen guard 60, mobiles 30, cases 15, so on and so forth. Okay, now I'm coming back to this logic. My aggregated sales to start with is an empty dictionary. Okay, so whenever an item is not present in the dictionary, whenever an item is present in the dictionary, I'm going to get the existing value and I'm summing up with new value and updating it to the aggregated sales. If it is not present, I'm just adding the new value. If it is already present, I'm adding the existing value with the new value. So this is the existing value and I'm adding it with the new value. Okay, now let me uncomment all of these things. Okay, and I'm gonna add this city first. Okay, and at the end of this for loop, I'm also gonna print aggregated sales before final aggregation. Now let me run this. City is Hyderabad. Okay, and then mobiles 10. This is how your aggregated sales is looking like. And then cases 20. This is how your aggregated sales is looking like. Earphones 30. This is how your aggregated sales is looking like. Screen guard 60. This is how your aggregated sales is looking like. Now Vizag mobiles. This is how your aggregated sales is looking like. It just updated the value. And then cases. This is how your aggregated sales is looking like. Likewise for Bangalore, when mobiles is 20, it is updated to 60. When your cases are 35, it is updated to 62. Earphones updated to 92. Screen guard, you don't have it in Bangalore. The value is still same, but a new value is added in mobile holder. And this is the final aggregated sales dictionary. Easy enough?
Yeah, now it is readable.
Yep.
Okay. So there is nothing wrong in writing so many print statements, guys, which is okay. Right? So we cannot use chopsticks when we start eating, right? When we start learning to eat. Okay, so which is fine. We can start with hand, then learn using spoon, then fork, and then chopsticks, which is fine. Okay, so this is how we debug a code or understand the logic of a code. Or you can shamelessly take pen and paper and then see what each line of code is doing, which is accepted because it's a learning process. Okay. But I just want to show you how to understand the logic, because many a times you don't end up writing the code. You will have to clean the mess created by somebody else. Okay, so this is how at least I do it. Are we good?
Yes.
Okay. So now there is another way of dealing with this. Okay, using something called as counter. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, I have Vizag, this dictionary, and I have Bangalore, this dictionary. And when I do counter of Vizag plus counter of Bangalore, I will get that output automatically. So whatever the logic we have implemented, right? We can directly do that using counter. You see this?
Is it like a predefined function, counter?
Yes, it's a predefined function. But when you are asked in an interview, there is 99% of the chance that you might not know about a counter until and unless you use it earlier.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it will only sum up. Accordingly. Like if it has mobiles, it will sum up. Cases,
Yes.
it will sum up.
If it is not there, also it's adding the key.
It is adding that. You see this?
Mobile
okay,
holders.
it is implementing the exact logic what we have done.
Okay, earphones 63. Okay.
So we can use only this that plus operator, or we can kind of use any other operator as well.
I don't know. I have never done that. Let me check. Minus is also supported. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Like I said, I'm not a scientist. I'm an engineer.
Yeah,
I'll just solve the problem given to me.
Right.
Okay. But if I was your interviewer, I might not be very impressed if you use this counter. Because generally in an interview, right, when we ask a question, we would love to see your problem solving skills.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have taken this approach, and even if you are able to solve 60-70% of it, I will be good. Okay, because that 30% given internet access, you'll be able to solve it. And again, your thought process is more important than the solution there.
Right. How we are approaching to the problem.
Yes, that is more important. Okay. Now, this is my improvisation. Okay. So this is the data. And in this data, you have different areas, guys. Area 1. And then you have one area only. There could be multiple areas too. And inside area, you have facilities. Facility 1. And then facility 2. Facility 3. 3 facilities. And inside that facility, you have wells. Okay, in facility 1, you have 2 wells, well 1 and well 2. In facility 2, you have 2 wells, well 3 and well 4. In facility 3, you have 2 wells, well 5 and well 6. Okay. And for each well, I have got the cost accumulated for gas cost, and then material cost, and then labor cost. Similarly for well 2, gas cost, material cost, and then labor cost. And well 3, you have gas cost, material cost, and then labor cost. Same for well 4, well 5, and well 6. Now all I want is the final number, the total gas cost, material cost, and then labor cost. Okay, so if I run this, the same example, guys, same approach. Okay, so I'm not going to explain this. I'm going to give you the solution. I want you to go back and explore the way I did. Like I told you, I'm a high school teacher. I always pick the easiest examples and I'll give you the challenging ones. Okay, so you see,
Yeah,
gas cost,
basically
total
it's
gas
a
cost is
nested.
45. It's a nested ones. Okay, so total gas cost
So
is
here
45.
also,
Hmm.
okay. Here also we can use that counter of
You
this.
can,
Well,
and you have the solution here.
oh, okay. Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll not let you go easily, guys. I'm gonna give you an assignment. Okay.
Yeah.
So couple of assignments I would say. One is to understand how this loop structure works. It's exactly same. So here I have two levels of nested structure in this JSON. So I have used two loops there, 1 and 2. So here I have more nested structure, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 levels of nested structure. If I'm not wrong, I would have used 4 loops. There you go. Okay. Now, talking about your assignment, so it's kind of student marks and evaluation. Okay, so there are two sides of the applications. One is teacher side and second one is student side. Teacher side, you'll have to one moment. Yeah, so this is how teacher side of application should look like. So teacher should end up creating a dictionary like this. Student name and then the respective marks in MPH, maths, physics, and history, and student name and their respective marks in physics, maths, and history. Okay, so you'll have to implement a teacher side of the application to create a dictionary like this. Okay, now student side of the application, he'll have to enter the name and you'll have to tell whether he is passed or not. The pass criteria would be to pass in all the subjects. The minimum mark for passing is 35. Okay. And alternately, you can write a different logic too. Maybe the sum of all the 3 subjects is 105. That shouldn't be the case, but he should get a minimum of 35 in all the subjects. He should get a minimum of 35 marks in all these subjects. Only then a student is considered as pass, else failed. Are we good with the ask?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So you have good amount of work to do. People have been asking me for assignments, practice problem statements. There you go. Okay. So before we leave, no, I just want to hear from you guys. How are you feeling about the sessions and the examples covered, the pace?
It's all good.
Yeah, quality and quantity are good.
Okay, I hope you are enjoying the sessions. You're not feeling like these are free sessions or promotional sessions, right?
No, not at all.
No,
Not at all.
We should learn. Yeah, we are learning this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So I request everybody of you to join tomorrow's session as well. I'm gonna cover, tuples, sets and frozen sets. If time permits, maybe I'll be closing strings as well tomorrow. Okay. So,
Suresh,
again,
I
I
have a
request.
question.
Yeah, Madhuri, please.
How much proficiency should we have in Python to learn data engineering?
I would say probably till tomorrow's session should do.
Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, at least that would be your starting point. I wouldn't say that is it, but that can be a very good starting point.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, because the other topics, right, they're all kind of modules. Say, for example, I'm going to talk about date, time, timestamp, time delta. They're all default functions. Okay, so we end up using the functions that are already there. We don't write a lot of logic there. Okay, so those things you can also go through the internet and other things. Okay, so I would say whatever we are going to discuss till tomorrow is really, really important in the context of developing any applications. And one more thing, if you are able to understand all the concepts discussed so far until tomorrow end of the session, okay, you can learn any programming language. I can challenge. Okay, because the concept will still be same. Maybe the naming would change or syntax could change where Google can help you. Say, for example, in Java, you have the same dictionary, but it's called as map there. You have the same list there. It is called as array list. Okay. And you have same data types, but a little more. Maybe on top of int, you'll have long. On top of float, you have double. Okay. But, the fundamentals doesn't change. Okay.
Okay.
So the schedule for next 3 sessions, I'm gonna reveal it. Tomorrow, I'm gonna cover rest of the collections. The day after, I'm gonna cover file IO, file operations, where I'll be predominantly dealing with a text file format, CSV file format, and JSON file format, and also Excel file format. Okay. So these are the 4 file formats which I'm gonna cover on Monday. Okay. And I would need couple more hours, but I think from Tuesday your actual sessions will start. I'll talk to Career IT folks on how I can adjust those 2 sessions. But like I said, those 2 sessions will be talking about this time delta, calendar, the inbuilt modules only.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Suresh, are you going to cover anything related to database connectivity or anything like that?
No, Srinath. No, Srinath.
Okay.
So basically, those things will be covered in my dedicated Python course. Okay. But what I'll be doing is I will give you all the content I have. Might not be recordings. Recordings, I don't have control. Okay. But all I have control on is the notebooks and, the scripts I use.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So what I would do is I'll give you all the content I have.
Okay. Yeah, that's
okay.
great.
So for example, what I was not able to cover in this 1 month are the topics. Object-oriented programming structures, I was not able to cover, and which is not required also for data engineering or DevOps or whatever it is, until and unless you are aiming for a full stack development. Okay.
Right.
So object-oriented structures, I'm not able to cover. Python database connectivity, I'm not able to cover. And then generally in my Python course, I give introduction to Python modules used for data science, like NumPy, Pandas, Seaborn, Matplotlib. Okay, so these are the 4 modules which I usually discuss. Those concepts I'm not able to cover. And then one concept is exception handling that I'm not able to cover.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the few concepts which I was not able to cover here, but which I usually do as a part of my dedicated Python course, a 2-month Python course.
Okay, got it.
Okay, but I'm gonna give the notebooks I have so that probably you can practice them.
Yeah, at least we can practice. Yeah, sure. Thank you, Suresh.
And
No worries.
for that, Suresh, just a question. So if you want to have that enroll that full course of Python, right? Is it like separate or how
it's
we
a separate
can,
course.
So
it's a separate
through career IT only we have to register? Or
yes, through career IT only. I have dedicated my life to career ITR.
How much is the payment?
I'm not sure. You will have to talk about those logistics with career IT folks.
Career IT folks. Okay.
And one other question, Suresh. Since you're teaching Azure, right? Like, currently I'm not enrolled in the course, but if I have to enroll, like, I can reach out to Career IT, right? Anytime.
Yeah, definitely. More than welcome. I need more people.
Oh, you are going to only teach Azure, Suresh?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yes.
Then okay. Yeah. Then
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Today I'm feeling very energetic. After so many days. I mean, sleep can make a lot of difference.
Yeah, you got that break and you record, I guess.
Yeah. So proper sleep can make a lot of difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Shoot all your questions. I'm
No,
still
for
energetic.
yeah, after completing the masters, if I want to go, so I want to jump into the Azure data engineering. So whatever you told, this Python level, is it like basic knowledge enough to like get into Azure data engineer, or they'll ask more, like more knowledge is required on it, or this practical knowledge is more like, I would say,
I'll
to
tell you
get
what,
into a
Sri.
job.
I'll tell you what. Okay. So basically here, learning and experience are two different things.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I say whatever you have learned would be sufficient, I'm bluffing.
Yeah.
Okay. So even though I cover 10 different scenarios in this course, okay, you will end up working on 11th scenario in your project.
Yeah.
Okay. So all I'm trying to teach you is the building blocks using which you construct a house.
Yeah. At least like to crack an interview, at least is this like I'm say like 50 or 60 to 60% is this enough to crack an interview?
I'll give you a cheat code, Sri. Okay,
Okay.
cracking an interview. Okay, this is for everyone. You know, I don't mind whether you're joining my Azure course or not, data engineering course, but I'll give you a cheat code. Okay. So consistency is the key. Okay. So let's say you have completed the course, and then I'll give you the learning path. You have to be patient. Okay.
Yeah.
Good things will take time.
Yeah.
Okay. So even after my course, you'll have to spend 3-4 months, good amount of time to understand what else is needed, and I'll give you that path as well. I'll be guiding you throughout this process. Again, I will not be in touch with you. You will have to be in touch with me.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Through Career IT. Okay. So I'll tell you how successful students were able to crack the interview. Okay, based on my experience. Okay, first thing, sticking to the cause. You want to crack an interview, you want to get into data engineering, you'll have to stick to it. Doesn't matter whether it is taking 6 months, 10 months, 12 months, 2 years. If you give up, you gave up. Okay. And the second thing, I'll tell you what. So people start attending interviews. Okay. So maybe after attending 5 interviews, 6 interview, and once they are busted, saying that they don't have real-time experience or whatever could be the reason, right? People stop attending interviews. But the way how I look at it is, though you have failed in 10 interviews, the positive is now you have question bank from 10 different interviews.
Yeah.
Let's say in each interview, you were asked some 10 questions. Okay. At the end of your 10th interview, you have 100 questions.
Yeah. If I know those
so after the interview, you come back and then see what could be the potential answer for that question, and try to research about, that particular topic. You will end up learning more.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And now for the 11th interview, you have knowledge you have acquired from 100 different questions. This is a simple cheat code. As simple as that.
Yeah.
Most of the people give up after second interview or third interview, guys. But sticking to it is the key.
Is getting it. Okay.
Hope I'm making sense.
Yeah, you're making sense. So like there's no email to reach you, like only through Career IT we have to reach you, right? That's it, right?
Yes.
Okay. We can ask for Suresh. Okay. If you want to if we have any questions and wanted to get it resolved, just we have to email Career IT only. They will take it to you. Okay.
Yes, I'm encrypted. Career IT is your key. Public key. Okay. To access me, you'll have to use that key.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. We can reach them. Yeah.
No issues. Thank you all. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll meet tomorrow.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hello, Suresh. Do you have a minute?
Yeah. Sure. Please go ahead.
Okay.
I have whole day.
Okay, that's great. So, if you can take a look at the chat.
Unfortunately, I'm not able to open the chat, or I'm not able to see the participants. Maybe I'll have to restart my system, which I usually don't do.
Okay. In that case, I'll send the link in WhatsApp. my son actually, likes Lua. So we asked him to attend your class.
Lua programming language, Lua scripting language.
Yes, which is, I think,
Similar
very
to
much
Python. Similar to
Yes,
Python.
exactly. So he was interested in that. So we asked him to go through a couple of Python lessons. I think, what was that? Udemy. But then, we asked him to attend your classes and he really liked it. He's enjoying. So, he also did something, and that's the
I-
link that he has sent.
I'm glad.
Okay, so it's a game called Wordle that you can actually play in Google. So he
Mhm.
created that using Python. So I thought, it would be great if you can take a look at it and give him some inputs.
Definitely, why not? Please send the link or code or whatever you have with Career80 folks and ask and request
Okay.
them to share it with me. I'll definitely take a look.
Okay, awesome. I'll put it in the chat and request them to share it with you in the WhatsApp.
Sure thing. Sure thing.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Suresh.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you and have a great weekend.
Thank you. Cool. See you tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, see you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.